Hello everyone, my name is Harshvardhan Yadav. Today's date is 8 March 2022. Today's topic is exception handling in Java. The exception handling in Java is one of the powerful mechanisms to handle runtime errors so that a normal flow of application can be maintained. In this tutorial, we will learn about Java exceptions, its types, and the difference between checked and unchecked exceptions. What is exception in Java? Exception meaning is exception is abnormal condition. In a Java, exception is an event of describe the normal flow of program. It is an object we throw at runtime. Then what is exception handling? Exception handling is a mechanism to handle runtime errors such as class not found in exception and IO exception and SQL exception and remote exception, etc. Advantages of exception handling. The core advantages of exception handling is to maintain the normal flow of application. An exception normally describes the normal flow of applications that why we need to handle exceptions. Let's consider a scenario. Then suppose there are 10 statements in Java and the exception occurs at the statement 5. The rest of code will be not be executed. That is statement 6 to 10 will not be executed. However, when we perform exception handling, the rest of the statement will be executed. That's why exception handling in Java. Then hierarchy of exception handling exception classes. The Java.lang.throwable classes is root class of the Java exception hierarchy inherited by the two subclasses exception and error. The hierarchy of Java exception classes is given below. In PyChart throwable, then the exception, then layer. In the exception, there are IO exception, SQL exception, class not found exception, runtime exception. Under the runtime exception, arithmetic exception, null point exception, number format exception, index out of bound exception. In the index out of bound exception, the array index out of bound exception and string index out of bound exception. The types of Java exceptions. There are mainly two types of exceptions, checked and unchecked. An error is considered to unchecked exceptions. However, according to Oracle, there are three types of exception, namely checked exception, unchecked exception, and third is error. Then in a difference between checked and unchecked exception. First of all, see checked exceptions. The classes that directly inherit the throwable class except the runtime exception and the error known as checked exception. For example, IO exception, SQL exceptions, etc. Then checked exception are checked at the compile time. Unchecked exceptions, the classes that inherit the inherit the runtime exception are known as unchecked exceptions. For example, arithmetic exception, null point exception, array index out of bound exception, etc. Unchecked exceptions are not checked at compile time, but they are checked at the runtime. Third is error. Error is irrecoverable. Some example of error are out of memory error, virtual machine error, and array assertion error. Java exception keywords. Java provides 5 keywords that used to handle exceptions. The following chart is a Java exception keyword. First is try. The try keyword used to specify block where we should place exception code. It means we can't use try block alone. The try must be followed by either catch or finally. In catch keyword, the catch block is used to handle the exception is must be processed by the try block, and that means we can't use the catch block alone. It can be followed by finally block later. Then finally keyword, and the finally block is used to execute the necessary code of the program. It is executed whether an exception handled or not. Through keyword is used to throw an exceptions. The throughs keywords used to declare exceptions, specify that may occur exception method. It doesn't throw exception. It always be the method signation. Thank you. Overall discussion of exception handling in Java. Thank you.